Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and for today I wanted to talk about the current meta for Season 10. Catch up on competitive, hear your guys' stories and your experience, because so far from what I'm hearing from the whole entire community, besides hardcore Brigitta mains that actually are successful with them, people do not like Season 10. They don't like the fact that Brigitta is taking over the meta. They don't like the fact that tanks aren't as powerful as they once were. And today I will talk about the problems and also solutions to Season 10, because it's one thing for me just to complain about it, but I also want to find solutions to it, but I also want to hear you guys' experience. Because as terms of me with my experience with Season 10, usually I'm a pretty positive person. I always try to find the good in the bad, and especially right now in Season 10, I'm trying to find any kind of good, but so far it's just not been working out. And this isn't supposed to be like a story video or my experience video, but really just to show you guys how I really feel and where this frustration might be coming from, because you might have noticed I haven't been posting any funny moments from Season 10. It's not because I don't want to, but it's just because the environment and the lack of teamwork and just the fact that there's this strong, heavy, you have to play this kind of way meta right now in Season 10 that makes it so nobody likes to play competitive or everyone's scared to, because I'm hearing all over the place people aren't even playing their placement games just because they just don't like what's going on with Season 10. And obviously the main cause of this is Brigitta. Like, I love Brigitta. I absolutely love her as a hero. I love playing her. I do. Doesn't mean I'm great with her, and if I was great with her, guaranteed I'd be playing more competitive with Brigitta, but they really don't like the fact that Brigitta is sort of like a must pick. Remember back in like Season 7 or Season 6, somewhere around there, how Mercy was a must pick, and still sort of is a must pick, especially on console. Well, now Brigitta has taken that spot, but it's not only the fact that she is a must pick, it's the fact that other people see that she is a must pick, but that doesn't mean that they're good with them, so they just automatically pick Brigitta. You guys might run into this where you're always going to have a Brigitta, but that doesn't mean the true Brigitta main is going to be playing the Brigitta. So this is where, you know, the balance of Brigitta comes in to where, yeah, nobody can just simply pick her up and do amazing with her, but it's the fact that you still need that Brigitta for that sustainability. You know, I don't know what the nickname of this meta is, if it's the Brigitta meta, if it's the beefy meta, the armor pack meta, but it's the fact that Brigitta just gives so much heal, so much damage, and just so much sustainability from her rally ultimate, which she gets fairly quickly. Not the quickest, but she gets fairly quickly. That makes it impossible just to kill anybody, especially if you don't even have a Brigitta on your team. But it's not even the fact that Brigitta is overpowered, because she's not the only overpowered support hero. It's also the fact that primary healers are becoming more prevalent and much more needed, and dare I even say more overpowered than ever before, because I always say Brigitta is not a good primary healer. She's a great healer. She gives a lot of great heals, but you can't run a Brigitta and a secondary healer because that just won't work. So yeah, Brigitta is overpowered, but not in that situation. So there's a certain situation that you have to run Brigitta in to have the best outcome, and if the enemy team has that situation, you're kind of screwed. So what does that mean? You have to have, if you are going to be running a Brigitta, which most likely you are, you're going to be running either a Mora or a Mercy. Now I do realize Ana is going to be getting a buff here soon, but I try to make the argument she's not really going to be replacing the primary Mora or Mercy spot, but some Ana mains might see great success with them. Because now here's where the problem starts to underlie, because you're probably going to have a Brigitta. People are stubborn, they don't want to switch, they want to play the Brigitta. That's fine, she's a great hero. You just have to run a primary healer. So now you're forcing someone to play the Mora or Mercy, but what if they don't know how to play the Mora or Mercy? It's the exact same situation where we were in with the Mercy meta, how someone was forced to play Mercy back then, even if they don't really know how to play Mercy. I'm talking about me, of course. I'm not that great of a Mercy, but I'm willing to play her because I like to, and I want to be flexible for the team. However, what if they know how to play someone like a secondary healer like a Zenyatta or a Lucio? Well, now you're at a big disadvantage, because not only do you not have enough heals, if the enemy team has a Brigitta, they have sustainability, and more than likely, they're smart, they have a primary healer. This is where Season 10 is just not that great, because now you have to rely on just making sure the Brigitta is god tier, getting tons of kills, and that's really hard with randoms. So the best way I can describe this kind of broken meta is that the enemy team has certain heroes that are the better heroes out of all of them, and you don't, because you don't know how to play those certain heroes. What does that sound like? The Mercy meta. The enemy team has a Mercy, and you don't, because you don't know how to play the Mercy, so now you're at a big disadvantage. replace Mercy with Brigitta, but just with a whole lot more crap everywhere because you have to have this hero, you have to have this hero, which leads me into my last point of why this season is just so broken is because now you have to play other heroes that mesh well with Brigitta. I'm talking about someone, well, obviously the primary healer, but also the tank spot because more than likely, if you're not going to have a secondary tank spot, you can only have one, which is going to be someone like a Zarya. Zarya is one of the best heroes to pair up with Brigitta because of the armor and shield combo, so that means that Zarya is going to be a must pick here too, just so that you have the best advantage when running a Brigitta because people are stubborn, they want to run a Brigitta because she's an overpowered hero. It's a double-edged sword. I might not make sense when I say this, but you don't want a Brigitta, but you want a Brigitta, but you don't want that person to be on the Brigitta. Not to mention that Hanzo also got a change. He didn't get a buff, but you see so much more Hanzo players because, oh, he got changed. That means he's good, right? I always thought Scatter Arrow was better than Stormbow, not as terms of fairness, but as terms of like getting kills because, well, you can kill a lot more players with Scatter Arrow. That's off topic, but really what I'm trying to say here is that there's people that are sticking to the hyped heroes. Brigitta, Hanzo, you have to play heroes with those heroes to have the best outcome. If you don't, you're at a big disadvantage. But really, the main problem that comes from team composition right now is the fact that Hanzo is hyped, Brigitta is hyped, Brigitta needs heroes to be great, and when you have those heroes, it's an unstoppable force. If you don't have those heroes, it's a broken force. I don't think you can have a broken force, but that sounded good in my head. So really, my solution to Season 10 isn't really a way to fix it. I might have said that at the beginning of the video, but really, the best solution I can give is just play what's already picked on the team. And that might not be appealing, and that's why people don't want to play Season 10. More than likely, you're going to have a Hanzo and a Brigitta picked. They're just the hyped heroes right now. So if you want to play a tank, play Zarya. That's not a bad choice. If you need another healer, play Mercy. If two healers are already picked and one of them's not a primary healer, then you might need to play Mercy or Moira. I just keep referring Mercy because that's just the first hero I think of. Triple support isn't the worst idea, and it's much better than running a Brigitta and secondary healer. Trust me on that. But now that leaves two open spots, you can't really run a Tracer or Genji. Some Tracer and Genji mates will say, oh, that's so stupid. Of course I can. Which, again, if you can make it work in the Brigitta meta, you totally can. But Brigitta and so many other heroes counter those heroes, so that makes them kind of irrelevant. So that's why Season 10 is broken. So the best solution, just try to mesh well with the team or just don't play competitive right now at all because it's very limiting on what heroes you can play, and that shouldn't be what competitive is all about because that's exactly what the Mercy meta was. Some people might disagree with me on this. They might say that, oh no, Season 10 is the best season ever, and some people might say, no, this is the reason why Season 10 is the worst season ever. It's not like they won't disagree with me when I say that it's bad because it's definitely not a great season, but they'll say there's a different reason why, which I want you guys to comment down below why. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come and funny moments this Sunday. Even though I didn't have an amazing time, I still recorded a pretty funny one too. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.